Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lights Out League Racing, Season 31, Race 3. And we're back again with the Div 1 boys. And this time we're on the streets of Baku. It's a city of winds based on the shoreline of the Caspian Sea. We're 90% guaranteed to have dry weather, but you never know. At the moment it's looking a little bit murky, but I'm sure the sunshine will skirt on through. If the rain does come, it's going to be proving to be a little bit tricky for one or two. Had Baku here with the Div 2 boys last week, and that probably wasn't the best barometer of how this circuit normally plays out, but Div 1 boys all a bit more higher quality, and necessarily isn't the correct word, but it's what I mean. We're going to see some better action on show with these lads. A full grid, love to see it. Very good work from all the drivers, showing up once again. We've got a couple of reserves with us. We've got where is he? Ted Head back with us. Was a full-time driver last season, reserving for the first time this season for Wesker. We've got Elite Dave in the Visa Carb, filling in for Sedders. And we've got somebody who is first time with us, Arvel, in the Aston Martin, filling in for Six Pompano. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. I've heard he's got some time in the bag. So let's see what he can do, and if he doesn't, he's going to get an Italian hand. If he's Italian, if you didn't know. Good to have Brutus back with us. Good evening. How are we doing, Matt? Let's jump on with a hot lap with Brutus as he approaches turn 1, 90 degrees left-hander, where you want to clip the apex, just touch the wall on the outside. Very similar corner again. Oh, drifts round, managed to control the car just without clattering the wall. Good evening, Lennon. How are we? I'd be interested to see how you get on this week. I know it's you. I do remember. Another left-hand 90 degrees. And then it's a very tricky right-hander where you want to go wide as possible. Be brave on the throttle. End of sector 1, which is 34.9. Chicane of turn 5 and 6. Took that lovely and smooth there, Brutus. Eyeing up a potential podium this week as he approaches turn 7. Avoid cutting the corner or you will invalidate. Tricky castle section now, where we've seen plenty of wings end up into the cracks of the wall. I'll get my hopes up every week. You'll be there, Lennon, don't worry. Looks like he's just pulled out. Brutus says he's invalidated, I think, on the exit of turn 12. Next up then, let's jump on with Michael, his compatriot. He's approaching turn 15. A lot of people ride the apex, and it's a big jump there, and clatters you into the wall. 114.7 the end of sector 2. Coming out of turn 16, one of the most important corners of the circuit where you want to get good exit. And it's a foot down for the rest of this straight. A 2.2 kilometre straight. DRS will be open. It's not going to be as effective for slipstream, but it's very long. And easy overtaking opportunity, and it's a 1:38.8. First driver to set a time, and goes on provisional pole. It's clipped by Amadi, 38.2, 6/10 ahead of the Haas. Arvel, first run, 39.4. Just getting his banker lap in for his first time out. Caps lock, 39.6. So it's either one or two drivers just finding their feet, or it's a sublime time from Michael. Katami's going 1:43 in the Alpine. Next up we got Red Bull. It might be Kiesegiza. It is Kiesegiza, goes P4 with a 39.4. Timo, the elite championship leader after 2 races. Got himself on the podium last week with a fantastic drive in Vegas. Goes now P8, as Adamako and Terry Reds got to P4, P3 respectively. Jack Daniels next across the line. He's one who's going to be up there and about. So he goes 38.7 up to the front row. Callum, Mr. No Line this season, P4, 38.8, and he's jumped by Ted Head in the McLaren reserve. Only 700s between them, as we see. Bumper car Ben with a 41.9. Benji boy, your Div 2 champion for season 30, 39.4 up to P9. Jumped by AJ. Great time there for AJ, 39.1. He's been saving that one. Let's keep an eye then on both. Portuguese next will be the next one to cross the line with a time, as everyone is. It's going to be a one-lapper. There's going to be no warm-down laps. This track is quite long and heavy and hard on the tyres. Yeah, it'd be very difficult to set a faster time after you've already done about 3 laps on them. A little slipstream off the Alpine ahead of him. Just cutting the air for him. Portuguese, of course, the current Div 1 and Platinum. And he bailed out the lap. He's not happy with that one. Saved himself some time, so we'll jump on with Lennon. First of the Williams to go out and set a hot lap. Lennon, of course, has taken the step up from Div 2 to Div 1 this season. Got himself a few podiums and a win last season in Div 2. And has definitely been mixing it with the big boys. I'm pretty sure he got a very, very decent time and finished last season, last race in Vegas. Let me just find where he finished. Finished P4, which for a elite driver is absolutely incredible job. He goes up to P8 for now. So everyone in the pits, apart from Lennon, and then Brutus and Arvel just on there. Oh, that's a Brutus going again, of course. Invalidated his first lap, clips the wall on the inside, and there's no writing from that, and we've caught him. Hook, line and sinker. Clattered the apex of turn 1, threw him into the outside, and he's going to have to go back in. Potentially just one run left from him now. It's going to be all or nothing. He's an Amazon series. Let's keep one eye on Arvel then. So Mr. Terry Reds informed me that Arvel is reasonably quick. Even one to potentially challenge for pole for the win. At the moment he's in the top 10. Damon Hill cheering on Jax. Team Mercedes. Just Jax though, he doesn't like Terry Reds apparently. Terry's, you're in the bin. Hope you're all having a good Wednesday anyway. Seems like such a cliche saying, but this year is absolutely flying. It's May next week. Yeah, he remembers Terry's now. He'll remember him later when he misses him off the race announcements when he gets himself a potential podium. Well, let's stay, keep an eye on Arvel then in the Aston. Approaches turn 2. Taking start of this lap better than Brutus did on the previous. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, I thought he was going to clatter the wall coming out of turn 3 then. Around the right hander of turn 4. Rounds a bit of the apex, a bit more than maybe he would have liked, but you see he's pushing. He's already found just over 4/10, fastest first sector. That would get him into the 138s and thereabouts, which would get him up to P6 for now. Through the castle, past the Maiden Tower. Iconic set of corners now on the F1 calendar. It's one of those ones you can't go in half-arse, you've got to go in brave. You've got to go in like you mean it. Just scrapes the wall with his rear tyre out of 15. But comes out this 7-second. He's found a second. So it was a banker lap. He's going to be about 38.4s for now. It's going to get him onto the front row. He needs to find another couple of tenths down this final sector. And we could see him on provisional pole. And this would be an incredible debut if he can find himself there and thereabouts. Front row, 38.4. A couple of tenths behind Amadi, but a storming lap there from the Aston Martin reserve. Jump on Linazukin with his first hot lap, as he's now coming down the final sector. Linazukin's a driver that on his day can be very quick. He's, I think, first race he qualified top 6. I think he qualified top 6 last race, to be fair, as well. And goes P16 for now, 41.0. I've feathered you up and you've let me down, you absolute rat. Next up, Caps Lock, who's down a 10.5. He's going to struggle to improve on his time, but we'll see. A lot of drivers going to be crossing the line in one go, so I'll try and keep up with them, as you can see. Hugging the right hand side and dives into the pits. Oh, and he's... Oh, Caps Lock. What have you gone and done that for, Amadi? Extends his time on the pole, 38.1. Callum's retired as well. I think he's crashed out. Bumper car Ben's crashed out. A few drivers have crashed out on the final sector. Oh. Oh, there's drama. There's drama happening. Ted head onto the front row. 138.2. Just a tenth behind Amadi. Got Mercedes next. Terry's in the pit, so Jack Daniels maybe on a hot lap. I reckon somebody's crashed out and everybody's hit behind him. Katamis has left the session. How dare you? How dare you? Let's see if we can jump on someone that's on a hot lap then. Let's have a look what's going on in the chat, I reckon. There's something happening. Let's get Katamis back in. Come on, Cat. He had an issue last week where he tried to be clever and jump into the pits right off the line, but it retired him. The game did not like it. Let's see if we can find someone on a hot lap. Timo's found second and 3 tenths coming up to the final sector. It's going to get him down to 39.2 or so, around that time, which will get him into the top 10. Let me just cross the line. Portuguese first run out, 138.6 onto row 3. As Timo goes up to P13, 39.4. So he found a second. He's only moved him up a couple of places. Let's keep an eye on Elite Dave. All right, Dave. All right, Dave. So we've got a mixed-up order here. Mr. Amadi will be thrilled if he can get himself on pole. Fastest first sector from Elite. Not so Elite Dave. Can he elite himself around the rest of the grid and get himself up near the top of the order? This would be something of an exclamation mark. I'd have to bring it out. Oh my God! Comes round to the end of Sec 2 and let's have a look where he is. It's a decent time, 1:15.3. Fastest middle sector here. Either the game's lying and it's mugging me off, or Dave is flying. It'll either be he's got a hacker, he's a hacker, or he's got someone driving for him. But he's coming down the straight to cross the start-finish line to set his first flying lap. And it's P15, the game was mugging me off, 39.5. Timo set a time. Let's keep an eye on AJ. And he's set a time, so he's P6. AJ doing a fantastic job so far. Portuguese into the pits. He'll have to go straight in, straight out if he wants to set himself another time. He's got just about enough time, I think. As we see one or two drivers coming out to do their final lap. Michael behind Nordkiza. One of them's Elite Dave, so it'll be Brutus. Come on, Brutus, third time lucky. It's all on you now. I can't do anything for you. Oh, a little bit of neck lube, lovely. Nicknamed the Flying Dutchman. AJ's called it a day. Saving himself some tyres for the race. I think he'll be really happy though, starting at the highest P6. Cracking qualifying from the Aston Martin. Can't say enough. Oh yes, I think Bumper Car Ben has killed a couple of people. I wonder if he realised that there's no racing. But I think it's probably taken out Callum and Linazukan. Caps lock we saw took himself out in the pit lane. But come on, Brutus. It's your time. Elite Dave's called it a day as well. Leaving Callum. Currently P8. Now this is the challenge you needed, my friend. Taking your line off. It must make it a lot more exciting for you. Four tenths up. We'll get you onto the second row. Oh, you know the drill. Report it and we'll have a look at it. Some idiot took him out. Well, yeah, doing new things is interesting. And it'll only make you even more rapid. You'll be a rapido. Brutus going around turn 15. He's got to push as much as he can. Comes the end of sector 2 and he's got no time to base off, but slightly quicker time than we saw with Elite Dave, about a second quicker, so he needs to get himself a decent time. Benji's called it a day. We'll start P10, the highest qualifying time is over, so whatever the time is, this is your life. And front row for Brutus, 38.2, cracking one lap there. Michael P8 with a 38.8. Wow. Arvel's found 3.5 tenths. This will be challenging for provisional pole with Amadi here. Giza will be P15, 39.4 highest. Arvel crosses the line. Front row 38.1 dislodges Brutus. Mercedes Ajax comes ahead of Brutus onto the second row with a 38.2. The fastest final sector as well. Amadi's found almost 2 tenths. Can he be the first or potentially only driver to get into the 137s? This would be an absolute incredible time. Absolutely flying. Oh, he just misses it, but he extends his time, 38.0. McLaren's next to cross. Ted Head will be P5, 38.2. Adamako, P10. Lennon goes into the top 10, dodges Adamako, 38.9. Next is crossline Portuguese into the pit, so he's not going to be on pole. His highest start will be P6. Last driver is Katamis, who doesn't look like he's that quick at all. Sorry, a Haas driver just crossed the line. It was Timo, goes ahead of his teammate, P8, 38.8 flat. So Amadi takes pole. And it's his first pole of the season with a 38.0. Arvel on debut joins him on the front row. Jax Daniels and Bruce's on row 2 with Ted Hedder and Portuguese just behind them. AG and Timo on row 4 with Michael and Callum rounding off the top 10. Lennon starts P11 with Adamako P12. Benji and Terry's 13th and 14th. Kiesik 15th, Elite Dave 16th, 17th for Capsock, crashed in the pits. Katami's 18th, 19th for Lindazuken, and Bumper Car Ben, probably a little bit justice for crashing out a couple of people in quali, will start at the rear. Ted says he was 3/10 up until Castle. Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Now we're just having a couple of minutes while drivers just sort out their strategies, sort out their fuel loads. It's a difficult track to decide what kind of setup that you want. You've got to decide whether you want to prioritise downforce for the twisty bits through sector 2 or less drag for the straights. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I'd reckon it's hard to overtake through the sector 2. You know, there's still overtaking opportunities through the likes of turns 2 and 3, 4 maybe, but so if it was me, I'd probably prioritise straight line speed, but I'm also not the best driver to take advice from. I'm not the quickest. It's a good track. It's a mixed one for drivers to actually decide if it is a driver favourite or not. It is a good mix of wide open sections and the narrow twisty ones, but then there's some drivers that don't like that. They prefer the high speed flowing corners like we're going to see in Silverstone with the Div 2 boys around 9 PM UK. So stay tuned if you want to watch a bit of Silverstone action. But before that, we do have the absolute class level of Div 1. There was 4 safety cars in the Div 2 race last week. If we see that again, I'll be highly surprised. Might get 1 or 2, especially after the if all drivers try and make it through that tight turn 1. It is possible to go about 3 wide through there. Very IndyCar-like, but you've got to be very spatial aware. And not all drivers are like that. Are we going to get a nice smooth start to the race, or is it going to go off like a bucket of prawns in the sun? We shall see. Let's have a look at everyone's strategy. Terez Lover is cheering on his late night wank material to Terry Reds. Most drivers starting on the mediums. Jax Daniels, Callum, Capsock and Katami's all choosing to do the alternate strategy. I do believe it's a 2-stopper. So looking to go long on the first stint. But everyone else going on the mediums, which is always an interesting thing to consider. This circuit's been with us since 2016. First held as the European Grand Prix. Obviously now has its name behind the actual circuit. Drivers will be reaching top speeds about 350 kilometers an hour, average speed about 200. So it'd be quite interesting to see everyone's strategies. It's a 6-kilometer anti-clockwise circuit, 20 corners, 12 to the left, 8 to the right. 2 DRS zones, 1 down the large straight that we mentioned, and at the start finish, and also 1 after turn 2. Good evening, Hot Stepper. Looking forward to see you on track following this race, and but put your feet up for now and watch some Div 2 action. Amadi, first pole of the season, as I mentioned, leads us round into the final sector and joined on the front row from Arvel. Brilliant Brilliant show on debut. I'll keep one eye on him. Jax Daniels got pole in the first race of the season at Monza. Guy found himself reasonably high up after missing last week. Brutus joins him in the Williams. Good to see him back with a Ted Head, reserving for the first time. P5 Portuguese, our current Div 1 leader and platinum leader. We'll have to put a bit of work in. Starts P6. AJ P7, brilliant qualifying from the elite driver. He'll be happy with that. And I think he has actually got pole. AJ's got pole for elite. I missed that. Apologies, AJ. Haas driver side by side. Callum P10. Adamako 11th, 12th behind Lennon, 11th Benji. Quite interesting there. Terry Reds P14. It's an old Div 2 rivalry around here. Keys 15th. Elite Dave 16th, 17th. Caps Lock. Katamis, Linazukan and Bumpercar Bennett at the back. It's 5 lights. And we're lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from the front three. Jack's having a look on the outside of turn 1 as it condenses on the inside of the apex. Does it look like everyone's making it through? It's a bit calamitous as it looks like. Katamis is facing the wrong way. Not a good start from the Alpines. Brilliant start from Kazlok, up 6 places already. Arvel is taking the lead of the race. Armour D's been swamped and down to P3. Battling with on the outside of Ted Head at turn 3, but finds himself down a couple of places, and it's a big drop there for AJ. Coming out of turn 3. Not a good start to his race, unfortunately. Adamaku up to P7. Capstock now into the top 10. AJ hopefully doesn't have too much damage as we see a car go off track. It's a not so elite Dave. Not so elite line there. And ends up at the back. Does he have damage? He does. He's got lost end plate. But Arvel almost a second away from Ted Head already. DRS is not active till the next lap. Hopefully for the likes of the McLaren and Amadi. Oh, clatter the wall there for Brutus. Oh, big clatter there from Benji. Lost an end plate. Terry Reds ahead of Capslock up to P11. Good overtake there from the Mercedes. You don't always see an overtake. Oh, Capslock's got big damage. That's why by the looks of it. He does. Classes the wall again. Keezer goes through. Capslock's going to have an early pit stop, and unfortunately him, he started on the hards as well. Callum's into the pits. I think it was Callum that hit the wall, missed his braking point at 15, and he's got an early pit stop as well. These drivers starting on the hards, it's not the best start of the race and strategy call for them. DRS is now active as Ted Head's looking to close in on Arvel to make an early overtake. Arvel defends the inside of turn 3. Oh, loss of traction from Ted Head, and unfortunately for Amadi, classes into the back of him and loses an end plate. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an early pit stop from Amadi. Oh, that was unfortunate. Pit stops as well from Michael, Linazukan and Elite Dave. I'm guessing there was a bit of damage on that first lap. But we'll go on to the hards and potentially look and do medium hard strategy. Has Capslock carried on? Capslock's carried on, so he's taking a little bit of early pain, long-term gain. Maybe potentially waiting for a safety car. Locks up. Lucky not to hit the wall on the outside of 7. As we jump back on and have a look, the front 2 have pulled away. That's damage for Amadi. Will he suffer it or will he pit? Brutus P5. Great start to the race for Adamako, then up to P6 for the McLaren. Got himself a podium last week, Adamako, for the Platinum division. I think he was very, very chuffed with that. As AJ is in the pits. Could have that, probably that slight damage and give it a lap or so. And realise he does need to pit. And retirement for Capslock. Where's he crashed out? But he's crashed out and it's a VSC. It's neutralised the track. I can't see where he's crashed out though. But not the best start to the race for the Ferrari. And he's out of there. He stayed out then. He's thinking that not much time lost with his damaged end plate. Although this Delta is just swinging through. The timing's a bit here, so it's not really true. Hopefully, everyone stays within the Delta and doesn't get any stupid drive-throughs. At the moment, Arvel on lap 3 is in the lead of the race, but it's a tight battle. And there's a bit of a time between P2 and P3. As I say, the Deltas will probably be all over the place. DRS is enabled. We're back underway. Ted Head has caught Arvel napping. Either that or Arvel's giving him back and thinks he should have had the place. But as it stands, Ted Head is in the lead of the race. Bumper car Ben and Katamis having a battle around turn 15. That's brave, but good driving from both. And Katamis into P13. That was very, very good driving in such a tight corner with so much risk involved. Arvel back into the lead of the race with DRS. And it's and Katamis has crashed out. He's crashed out coming through turn 18, I think it is. And he's hit the wall. It's just a yellow flag. You see him sparking there. Call an electrician. Take someone's eye out with that. But the Alpine driver is out in back-to-back races now. And that's unlike Katamis. He's normally one to finish. And Arvel's pulled a good couple of seconds here on Ted Head. He goes a little bit deep at turn 4. Is he pushing a little bit too hard too early? Apparently it's a frame rate issue with Katamis. We believe you. Man City 1-0 up against Burnley. Give Arsenal their bottle as a trophy. Amadis managed to stay with the McLaren as it stands, pulling along Jax and Brutus. There's a good battle here for the podium, and as it stands, two reserve drivers, P1, P2. But there's a long way to go yet. Adamako in P6, but he's got Lennon, Benji and Terry's. Timo and Portuguese are all there as well. Portuguese all the way down in P11. How did he end up there? Has he got damage as well? He doesn't. Interesting. Early pit stop then for Ted Head and Armadi, looking to do a potential undercut. I think it'll be reasonably strong, so just looking to get out of the train a little bit, which releases a bit more of a gap for... Oh, got hiccups. Arvel. Keys Geezer in as well. All drivers going to the pits, going onto the hard tyres. It's going to be a medium hards. All drivers only managing to do 5 laps on these medium tyres. Says a lot about the tyre wear. Oh, not even that, 4 laps. I can't count. Get me a calculator. As we see, Callum overtaking Amadi. Amadi's tyres just not quite switched on as yet. He's got a fresh wing on as well, so he's found himself now behind Callum and Michael. He's a quick boy though, Amadi, the fine Scotsman, pushing around the Haas. As we see Ted Head and Bumper Car Ben. Ted Head making the overtake at turn 7. You don't see it too often there. Got to be brave and trust the other driver. And Bumper Car Ben doing some brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing so far. Probably not the best qualifying as I've heard, but that's having a good race so far. Currently on P11, and the lead Sauber driver. I'm doing the Henri mouth wiggle. So Jack Daniels just slightly closing the gap here on Arvel, on different race strategies, of course, as we see one or two other drives going in the pits. Adamako diving in, Portuguese is in, Terry Reds is in. It'll be interesting to see how Ted Head goes through and how much advantage he's actually gained from the earlier pit stop. Definitely a race win contender. AJ with the fastest lap after his pit stop, 1:42.9. Proving that he's got some pace in his car, and I think he'd be a little bit gutted after that earlier pit stop. Michael ahead of Portuguese. Michael's tyres, a lot more temperature in them at this stage. Portuguese, you can see him weaving, just trying to build up that heat that he needs. I'm not talking about the film, although it is a cracking film. Oh, and Portuguese goes deep into turn 4, clatters the wall. That's unlike him. He is, of course, on no line as well. Doesn't seem to be too much damage for the Red Bull. But I keep forgetting the likes of him and Callum are on no line. And it's the time where these tyres are changing fates. Jack Daniels just over a second behind Arvel. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Arvel dive into the pits on this lap now. Both Williams, P3 and P4. Arvel carrying on, so Jack Daniels will get a dose of DRS after turn 2 then, as we see Brutus diving the pits. Surely Arvel's not going to go for a one stopper. Incredible. Lennon carries on through then, doing an extra lap, of course, doesn't want to double stack behind his teammate. Timo goes through as well, doing 6 laps on these. Benji boy getting himself a fresh bit of rubber on his boots as Bumper Car Ben carries on. Armady flying and closing in on the McLaren of Adamako. Benji boy comes out in between the quick boys of Callum and Portuguese. They'll be shaking like a shitting dog. Armady does make the overtake on Adam, who doesn't really fight it too hard. Both on different strategies, of course. Adam knows that he can stick with him and retaking down the back straight. Jack Daniels has caught up to the race leader. Didn't manage to make the overtake on the last dose of DRS, but should be quite rudimentary at the end of this lap. Very quick driver, Jax. The elite winner for season 29. Oh, whoa, what's happened to Bumper Car Ben? He's bumper carred himself into the wall. Going out of turn 12. And he's knocked him down to P16, but I'm sure he's got no rubber on his tyres. As Jack Daniels does take the lead of the race, and Arvel's staying out. Either he's got very, very good tyre management, or he's doing a medium, although that wouldn't really work. This guy's trying to one-stop. Timo's carrying on as well. Is he trying to one-stop? Lennon, is he trying to one-stop? Are they thinking they can get the medium tyres for at least 12 laps, 13 laps maybe? As we see drivers exchanging positions. All nice and clean round turn 1. Amadi ahead of Callum. Callum defending on the inside of Adamako. He's driving by both. It's a bit cluster of cars behind. As we're on with Adam now. Portuguese and Callum ahead of him. Drag racing to turn 3. Benji on the inside of Adamako. He slots in behind the Red Bull. Brilliant drive by Benji, but Callum has clattered into the wall and he's damaged his wing again. Our Div 1 and Platinum champion for the last 2 seasons. This no line is proving tricky. And it just make it a meal for us. We love it. AJ on the inside of Michael on turn 7. Good overtake from the Aston. Michael, almost just bucking the wheels of AJ, but no damage done there. Michael got a big penalty last week in Vegas after a few naughty little trips. Unlike the Dutchman, he's normally a very, very great driver. So we'll put it down to a moment of weakness. As Arvel finally in the pits then. As Ted head on. Timo. Oh no, oh no, that looked dirty. There was no room at all for Timo. As Ted Head has got past. Timo is ahead still of Lennon. Arvel is in the pits. Armady coming round turn 1 now. Arvel should come out just ahead of him. So some brilliant driving from the Aston Martin. And Armady, of course, had a wing change. Callum in the pits and Callum's retired. Oh my God! Callum's called it a day. He's not liking Baku. Oh my God! I'm shocked. I put my finger in a socket and I'm shocked. Jack Daniels into the lead of the race then. Still yet to pit. I reckon Timo and Lennon should try the one stop here, which is brave. They're risking a punch here. Arvel's come out P6 then. He's a good 3 seconds ahead of Amadine. He's got a 4 lap tyre offset. Interesting to see how his race unfolds. Willing drivers exchanging positions. Brutus going past his teammate. Great team play. Different strategies, of course. And Lennon will get a dose of DRS down the back straight as well. If he stays within that second, of course, which he does not. He's been Lennoned. He's Lennoning off. Adamako stuck behind Benji. I think Benji started behind Adamako in quali. This will be a great battle on track. We had it last week between these two. And once again, they've found each other. Timo is in the pits finally after 9 laps on these tyres. Can he do 16 laps? It'd be incredible. Lennon's in as well, so definitely we're risking it. Benji keeping Adamako at bay for now. Timo coming out as Lenazukan's approaching turn 1. And it comes out ahead of the Alpine, only just. Oh, and Elite Dave's clattered the wall. How has he done that? How has he done that? Has he done that in the pits? Has he clattered himself in the pits? Not so Elite Dave strikes again. Oh my God. I think he crashed in the pits. What the hell? That's Daniels 10 seconds ahead of Ted Head. We'll see how these hard tyres last if Jax is going to be attempting the one-stopper. Ted Head's got a good buffer through Brutus behind him. Both on a similar strategy. Arvel just gradually approaching the Williams. We jump back to this battle for P7. Adamako all over the back of Benji. Benji pulling him harder than a 14-year-old boy. Will Adamaka be able to strike this time round? As Timo and Terry Reds. Timo making the move ahead of the DRS zone, which is very, very brave. Terry Reds, although they both would have DRS, so it's a great move actually from Timo, taking his opportunity at turn 16. And staying ahead for now as they all go single file. This battle with Kiza for P9 goes down to Terry Reds in 13th as Lenazukan in the pits then. Getting some fresh tyres on. The only representative from the Alpine family, and it's a fresh wing as well, so not able to stay off the walls. He's called Humpty Dumpty. So jump back and see the Haas teammates here. Timo right on the gearbox of his teammate on 8 lap fresher tyres. Mercedes Terry's going deep at turn 5. Missed his braking point, loses another position to Lennon. Not having the best of races, the Mercedes. But it's where you finish, not where you are. The Haas boys side by side. Oh, that's brave, and good driving there from both. Being able to exchange positions with no time lost. We saw a couple of moves like that last week in Div 2 where they just couldn't go side by side and obliterated the cars into oblivion, into dust, carbon fibre dust. As Lennon getting past Michael as well, coming out of turn 16, as Michael got potential damage here. He's lost an end plate, so he's struggling a bit through these tight corners. Will we see a pit stop out here from Michael? No, he's carrying on. As we see these gaps shortening, and I think Jax is attempting a one-stopper here, which could be very, very brave. He's out in the lead of the race. He's got not much threat around him, so he's able to look after his tyres. But it's a very high risk. You can see he's lost the traction just come out of turn 7. Through this, especially like an intricate section like Castle, if you lose slightly of the traction, you're a goner. Timo past AJ. Going round turn 4, great overtake from the Haas. Haas making moves. Up into the top 10 and eyeing up the Red Bull of Kiza. Adamako's still behind the Ferrari of Benji. Imagine being very frustrated. Benji must have very strong high speed. Setup. Adam just needs to get within a couple more tenths closer as Lennon right in the gearbox of AJ, taking a look at the outside of 15, but it's a brave move to make an attempt there. AJ's car looks fine, but lost end plate for Lennon. So Lennon looking very strong at the moment. He's just pit, so he's got fresh tyres, but he has to be careful. These drivers testing the limits of these the track width, and Lennon does get past AJ up to P11. The Williams. Timo makes a move past Kiza as well with DRS. As we see a car down the pits, it's Michael then. And we'll see him jump onto a set of hard tyres. Go to the end of the race, potentially get a fresh wing. He does. He does. Jack still carrying on then. Onto the lap 14. Jax is going for the one stop. Brave from Jax. He's probably going to find himself to come out around P8, P9, I think. Yeah, that battle with Benji and Adamaku, he'd probably get caught up in that. Arvel has closed the gap on Brutus, who has also brought Ted Head into his clutches. This is a three-way battle here for the potential race win and podium. Terry Reds has got past AJ, who looks like he's had a bad exit coming out of 12. He's hit the wall, damaged his wing. He's going to have to pit, which he's due. And even on 10 lap tyres, the traction on the... oh, he's got the corner. He's just trying to make his way into the pits here. I reckon he's going to be retiring by the lines that he's taking. AJ just needs to try and finish a race and get himself some points on the board here. He seems to retire a lot, which is not ideal, especially when it's a team game. Lennon just having a look here at Keys. They were not close enough to make a move. Last season, Div 2 rivals, of course. As it stands, Keyser is slightly ahead. AJ, thank you for retiring in the pits, my friend. Very much appreciated. But would like to see you finish a race, as Lennon has made the move now down up to turn 3 and into the top 10. Right, there's a three-way battle here now for P2. Arvel in the better position as it stands, with the tyre advantage over the two cars ahead of him. It'll be interesting to see if Arvel does actually pit, or his tyres are going to be wearing very thin towards the end of the race. Ted Head will definitely be pitting again. There's no way he's going to do another 12 laps on these. Brutus, I think, is going to be very tight. He's probably going to have to pit again, so all eyes will be on Arvel. Amadou, after having a wing change on his last pit stop, is running P5. He's got Portuguese Beast in his mirrors, both on a very similar strategy. So Brutus not able to make a move as yet on Ted Head. I can confirm he does not have a teddy on his head. Adamako still struggling here to get past the Ferrari. Benji putting out a brilliant defensive performance and bringing Timo in play as well. Can Adam get a good exit out of turn 2? He needs to prioritize that. It does look like he's in the slipstream here. He's got DRS open. Just doesn't look like he's close enough, and some great ERS management, I'm sure, from Benji. Saving it all for the straights. Adamako just needs to try and bide his time, reserve it all, and then just spout it in one go. Timo in the Haas has come to play for that P7 position. Back up to this battle here for P2. We got a yellow flag. It looks like someone's crashed out in the castle. Was it Portuguese? He's hit the wall in Castle, damaged his end plate. Arvel making moves on Brutus then out of turn 16. Has just fell out of DRS to Ted Head ahead. So Brutus will be able to bite back. Although Arvel had a better exit out of 16. Good view from the helicopter cam. Not close enough here, Brutus. Jack Daniels finally pitting Ted Head as well. So Arvel retakes the lead of the race. Armidi's in as well. Will Portuguese, he might as well after that damaged wing. Benji's in, so Adamako following in Benji as well. So Adamako not going for an alternate strategy to his rival. Lennon carries on. And Armidi comes out behind the Williams. Jack Daniels has come out in P3 then ahead of Ted Head. And on the medium tyres, he's got 10 laps, so all eyes on Jack Daniels as well. Terry Red's Kieser in the pits. Getting doing their final pit stop. Will Arvel pit again? That's a big question. Jack Daniels has got just over 13 seconds and 10 laps to go on the better tyre compound. And he's just gained 4/10 in one corner. Michael passing bumper car Ben at turn 3. Great overtake for the Haas. And as I say, some good driving there from bumper car Ben. And he looks like he's going to get some decent points this week. Lindezuken's come out on soft tyres. They're not going to last 10 laps. Are you mental? Armadi getting past the Williams of Lennon through 13 and 14. Lennon on 6-lap older hard tyres and a different strategy to Armadi. Portuguese with that wing change. Doesn't look like he's going to get another win this week. There's going to be a brand new winner for this season for the Platinum and Div 1. Brutus in the pits then. Timo coming round turn 1. It's going to be tight. Brutus comes out just ahead of the Haas. He did not want to get stuck behind those pair. Benji getting past Portuguese with DRS and splits this brilliant battle we've been having for the last 10 laps or so. Adamako will be seething. Benji will be breathing a sigh of relief as Terry's overtaking bumper car Ben at turn 1 up to P12. Adamako taking a look at the inside of the Red Bull. It's not close enough as yet. Adamako doesn't seem like he's got enough ERS in his bank to make the moves on these DRS straights. 10.5 seconds. He's gained 3 seconds here. Jax Daniels and Azukan fastest lap 41.8. Claim to fame there for the soft tyre runner, but he's going to have to pit again. Maybe he'll put another set of softs on and try again. But he'll get his face on the fastest lap standings. Claim to fame. Kiesa making a move out here on bumper car Ben up to 13th for the Red Bull then. On that fresh tyres, and we look into the hunt down Terry Reds. Continue their battle. Jax Daniels on the mediums, 1:41.6. He gets the fastest lap. Under 10 seconds now. He means business, the Mercedes. He's eyeing them that win, especially with Callum retiring, with Amadi and Portuguese both having longer pit stops. And he's got a good 6 seconds or so to Brutus. So, it's all eyes on Arvel, who's under no pressure at the moment, can kind of do what Jax Daniels did and just manage his tyres. He's about 19 laps on these. No. 18 laps. Yeah. It's going to be tight. It's going to be difficult. Advantage, Jax. But he does have the 3 seconds. I missed that. He's got to gain by an extra 3 seconds. Portuguese just cracking the wall out of turn 4. Out of turn 6, out of the chicane. Doesn't like he's got too much damage there, thankfully for him. Brilliant challenge here for P8 then. Benji, Portuguese and Adam. Armadi, the back of the Haas driver. Armadillo dialed in again. He's jumped in his old style red phone box and he's dialed in. And remember the old dial tone. Lina Zukan. Italian hand gesture for crossing the line. Arvel does pit then. So we were thinking if he could go a little bit longer, but he's had to pit. Amadi, 41.6, fastest lap. It's going to be tight. Arvel comes out the pits behind Amadi. And in between him and Timo. Portuguese managed to do what Adamako couldn't and gets past Benji up to P8. Adamako just falling shy of that DRS. He needs to just slip back in again. But unfortunately for the McLaren, he just sees the back of the Ferrari once again and can see that Benji's got DRS as well. Pushes the Ferrari around turn 3. Takes a different line as approaching turn 4, which is interesting. Tered's passing Michael. Where's Michael? He's P12. Bump car Ben in the pit centre doing his final stop onto the mediums. Wall clatter from Michael. Smacks his right rear off the wall. And lose him a 10th or 2. And forwards Terry's a bit of distance. Benji and Adam been dispatched now by Portuguese. Adamako is closer than ever now behind the Ferrari. I think this is probably one of the best moments that Adamako's had now to make a move. Double check how Arvel's doing with Amadi. Both on different tyre strategies. Into the slipstream here of Amadi. Arvel, is he close enough to make a move? Amadi, big straight line speed, defends the inside. Arvel had a look on the outside of turn 1. What an overtake from the Aston Martin. Amadi did his best to try and defend it. but great overtake. Adamako, this is the best time he's had to be able to take the overtake. He's on the outside of turn 1. He's just ahead, and this could be a brilliant move from the McLaren. We've had 2 overtakes of the same magnitude in the space of 10 seconds. And a cracking. Better driving from those 4. And Adam will be breathing a sigh of relief getting past the Ferrari. I don't think he's got a damaged wing. That's why he's struggling, but he's lost both end plates here, Benji. So no discredit to Adam though. He made the move, and he made a brilliant one. And up to P9 then. Terry's and Michael still having a good battle here. Michael's got past to Terry Reds once again, up to P11. Benji like Gandalf the Grey. Why, he's got no wings? Oh, you shall not pass. Okay. The Nizuka in 41.3, another fastest lap. Jax will see that and be... yeah, I get you. You shall not pass. Jack's leading the race, but Ted Headers are within 3 seconds. Brutus is not far behind, and if he can close the gap here on Jax Daniels within that 3 seconds, he's in with a chance for the win as well. Jax, as it stands, will take P2 as Terry's and Michael clashing swords. Michael not giving it up though, goes back on the inside with DRS. And great driving there from both the Haas and the Mercedes. P11 and P12. And as you can see, Giza has brought his beach ball. He wants to play. Ted Head now just over a second to the race leader. Brutus just teetering around that 2 second mark for now. He'll be on a race, better tyre strategy within the next 2 or 3 laps than Jax Daniels, as his tyre wear will come a cropper. We saw a lot of drivers go in around lap 5 or 6, and most drivers coming in by lap 8. You can go longer, but it's difficult. Although Jax, you know, he's doing the one-stopper, the only driver to do the one-stopper, I do believe. No, discredit. Timo and Lennon done one as well. Linazuken, he can get the award for most stops. We'll call him the bus. Because he stops a lot. Portuguese getting past Lennon. Red Bull up to P7 now. Every point is valuable, and especially on a race where you're not on top form or you've had incidents. Armadi's, well, looks like he'll finish ahead of him and close the gap. As it stands in the Div 1 standings, Portuguese is leading the way by 13 points to Amadi. Timo currently running P3, and will close the gap on Portuguese. Callum and Wesker not here. Adamako will make big gains as well. Same as Jax Daniels. Caps lock is gone. Terry Reds. The order will mix around a bit. Some big points here for Michael. The order will differ in the Platinum Championship. I've clicked the wrong one. Portuguese is leading by 18, so that will close as well. 25 points for a win. Although neither will. Oh lol. Ted Head has taken the lead of the race then, ahead of Jax Daniels. Brutus has caught up to Jax as well. Jax's tyres. Jax was probably pushing. That sounded like someone hit the wall then. Word. Jax taking a quick look at the McLaren. And you can see Arvel and Amadi just in the distance. So Jax's potential race win. His podium could be under threat with Arvel and Amadi closing in. This podium is not set. This race win is not set as of yet. Ted Head reserving for Wesker. Terry Reds, Michael side by side through turn one. That was very good driving. Left each other just enough space. Kieser just watching behind as Michael stays ahead for now. And Kieser is right in the mix as well. But the Haas will be under threat from the DRS attack of the two cars behind. Terry's having a look on the outside of turn 3, but great defence from the Haas driver. And not so great defence from the Haas driver because he missed his braking point and clatters the wall and has to give up the positions to Terry's and Kieser who go on through. As we jump back up. So yeah, reserve drivers get half points. And for their constructors that they're representing, so it'll be some decent points here for the McLaren team. Jax Daniels with DRS looking to make the overtake and retake the lead of the race, but like I said, he does have that 3 seconds, so Ted Head's not going to fight it too hard. Looks to do the switch back here on the inside of turn 2. Lock up from the Mercedes. And Jax has to give up the possession. Ted Head back in the lead of the race. Brutus side by side with Jax Daniels goes up to P2. Brutus eyeing up this race win. As it stands, Brutus will take... Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh no, we've got a yellow flag. It's Jax Daniels. Oh no, Jax Daniels at turn 3. Was he squeezed out? Was it his own doing? Doesn't look like he's got damage, but he's found himself down now in P5. It's a big gap to Timo, who's ahead of Portuguese. He's got a good 8 seconds or so, so he won't lose position from here. Another yellow flag. Oh no, where's that from? Oh, is it Jax Daniels again? Oh, it's a car ahead. I think it might be Linazukan letting drivers past. It is. Oh god, he had my heart racing then. So Ted Head's currently leading the race. He's got Brutus in tow. Brutus, slight snap of understeer as he exits turn 16. As it stands, it's between these two. Arvel and Amadi have got 2 laps to close the gap and try and fight for this win. Brutus not close enough yet, but Amadi is closing the gap under half a second to Arvel. And not close enough as yet, but he's within a couple of tenths. He's having another bite of the cherry. Rise the apex of turn 2, which might have cost him a little bit of time. It's cost him a tenth or so, so he's not going to be able to make an overtake just yet. He's probably got 2 or 3 more attempts. Adamako getting past Lennon down to turn 1. Great moves again from the McLaren. Lennon on those old hard tyres will be finding it very difficult these next couple of laps. The same as Timo is going to be under threat from Portuguese in the next couple of corners, as Portuguese almost loses his back end coming out of 3. Brutus all over the back through Castle. On the penultimate lap, it's going to go down to the wire. Someone call Idris Alba. Better X out of 12 for the McLaren. Brutus can't afford any mistakes. They're on a... He's got a... oh, he drifts round 15. That would have cost him time. That's cost him a lot of time. And that could have handed Ted Head the win. And potentially cost Brutus a podium here. Because Arvel and Amadi are here to play. Portuguese is onto the guns of Timo. Bumper car Ben into pit, putting on some softs. Michael's putting some softs as well. Both eyeing up a potential fastest lap. As we'll jump on these front three. No one's made an overtake. Amadé's actually got past Arville. Amadé then onto the podium. Portuguese on the outside of Timo. Timo's not going to battle it too hard on the tyres that he's got. And we're on the final lap. Portuguese up to P6. 2.5 seconds Ted Head has on the chasing pack. He just needs to have a nice smooth. Oh. I heard some clattering. Surely if it was on Ted Head it would have been him. But it might have been behind. I think, that was Arville. Damaged his end plate. That could have cost him a podium on his debut. He just needs to finish the race though. He's got no threat really from behind, so he should know that his race is done. He's going to finish P4. A valiant drive from the Aston Martin. Just went a bit too hard on the final lap. Brutus is pushing hard though. He's closed it under 2 seconds now to Ted Head. He's probably just cruising home. Loss of back end. Brutus has got to be watching his rearview mirror, saving all his ERS. Otherwise he's going to lose himself a position and potentially the platinum win here. Ted Head going to the line, takes the Div 1 win here in Baku. It's Brutus and D to the line. Brutus is just ahead. It's going to be a photo finish. Brutus takes P2 and the platinum win by 300ths. Amadé takes P3 and P2 in the platinum. Jack Daniels currently coming home P5. Looks like he ran out of fuel. Is he going to get jumped by Portuguese? He does not. So Jack Daniels takes that final podium position in platinum. Portuguese P6 then. Timo, another win. Comes home P7. A win for the elite. And extends his lead at the top for that championship battle. Lennon will come home P2 and Benji P3. Unless Terry's can get him. It's a shootout to the line. Terry snaps him. Terry takes him by 200ths. And Terry takes that final podium position for elite. Benji will be seething. He'll be slapping him silly. So Terry's P10. P11 for Benji. Keezer comes home B12. All eyes on the fastest lap then. Michael takes it 140.9 at the moment. Takes that extra point. Bumper car Ben will be the final finisher. And across the line, will he get the fastest lap? I don't think he will. I'll be shocked. Like I put my finger in a plug socket. He does not, but finishes the race and gets himself some valuable points for his team. Him and Amadé, of course, going for that Constructors' Championship. But what a race that was. Absolutely cracking. And Div 1 boys did not let us down. What's he wearing? What's he wearing? Is he robbed a hedge? Oh, where's it gone? Fuck it, he's got his magician now as well. Reserve driver Ted Head takes the win. Congratulations to him. Fastest lap does go to Michael. Again gives the driver of the day. Most overtakes Terry Reds. We shall see. Ted Head, as I said, taking the race win. Reserving for Wesker. Brutus coming home P2 and takes the win for Platinum. Amadé P3 and P2 in Platinum. Marvell on debut. P4, nothing bad to shout about there. Congratulations to him. Jack Daniels from pole comes home P5. Portuguese and takes the P3. Portuguese P6. Timo P7 and the win in the elite. Lennon P2 and P3 in the elite. Adamako P8 from 12th. Benji, Keys and Michael with a 149 fastest lap. Bumper car Ben coming home 14th. Lina Zukan 15th. And the final finisher, AJ, Elite Dave, Callum, Catamise and Capsock all retiring from the race. Well, yes, big credit to the Div 1 boys. That was a great show. I absolutely love that. If you want to see some more Lights Out League racing action from the Div 1 boys, they will be back next Wednesday at 7:30 UK, and it will be a sprint race at Singapore. If you want to see some more Lights Out League racing action tonight, just join us about 9 p.m. UK. The Div 2 boys will be doing a sprint race at Silverstone. My name is Alex. Thank you for joining me. Peace out.